Look at that. Dude, that is amazing.
Doesn't that look like a catfish?
Have you caught anything on it?
Not yet. I'm gonna try here. Here we go. Here comes big bass. Yep, I see one just went to it. He was like, what's that? And I'm not gonna move it because those whiskers. Woo! It's official. Bass, like catfish with floppy anal fins. That was awesome. I just watched that bass hit it. I barely moved it. Be free. That is good. Good job, me. Woo! Whoa, that was a hit while it was moving. This is a tiny one. Dude. That felt tiny compared to the last bass, but it's like a pounder. It's official again. Good old reliable pond bass, like catfish with floppy brass anal fins. It is official finally. Double time. That was while the anal fin was flapping. Be free. Good job, CatFish SwimBait. There we go. Fish on quickly. Not a bad one. On the Doobie. It's official again. I should have brought the big one with me. Dang it. Bass like Doobie SwimBaits. Be free. Look at that Doobie SwimBait, dude. These things have such good action. When it comes to just a little nugget of a SwimBait that you want flapping around like crazy. The Apollo from Doobie SwimBaits is a slappy little nugget. It even has a slower rise. That's very nice. Sometimes with a wooden lure, the rise can be so violent it scares the fish. Oh, there's one. That was a very gentle catch. Did you guys notice that? That would be such a big fish if it was spring and its belly was full. You need to eat, mister. It's official again. Long pond bass. Very long pond bass like Doobie SwimBaits. Thanks for biting. Surreal catch. The water was super clear and it was just like, that was weird. I think an explanation of why this video even exists is in order, because it's a little all over the place. This was one of those get all side projects out of the way weeks. I love these kinds of weeks, but videos don't really love these kinds of weeks. A batch of 5 crankbaits and another chunky freaking wake bait that worked so good. I just about spoiled it there. Oh, and we fished with the CatFish SwimBait and some spectacular things happened. It's got all the ingredients, you know, it's just not very coherent. Beautiful baits, catching fish, enjoy. I think I'm just gonna talk. We can talk about how when I talk, there's a split decision on if it's good for me to talk in my videos or not still. Passionate opinions on the amount of talking in my videos occasionally. 0.00001% of you out there have passionate opinions on that, but I feel I've gone through, I started my videos not talking at all. And then I've gone through a thing where I talked a lot. So not talking at all, started talking, and then boom, it spiked. I started talking a lot about... It frightens me to think what I've actually talked about on this. I don't know. I have no clue what I've talked about this entire time on this channel. Lure making related shenanigans, I guess is the best way to put it. There's like 20 flies around my head. There's a neural connection starting. I am the hive mind of flies. And then recently I've slowed down a lot. I've not been talking as much. Probably through a very slow, subconscious, purposeful reason. I just want to see what the response is to not as much talking, because before there was a lot. And then I don't think it's better. I think everybody wants to hear me talk. Not that there's a problem or anything, it's just I think that it's preferable for talk. That's what the numbers tell me. I used to be known for not talking. Even in school, they called me mute. I would be completely fine with not responding to people who are trying to talk to me. It's almost interesting to see how far that can go. It can go pretty far. You can have somebody say a lot of things before ever needing to respond to them. But anyway, I have been having fantasies. Vivid, vibrant, just daydreaming about making a big batch of baits, like 50 or 100 wooden baits, and selling them. Bait drop. It's not such an appetizing thing when you realize the amount of taxes you have to pay on that garbage, the sheer amount of unavoidable work that comes with a batch of baits. I've done it before, and I know the gratification, the physical objects going to everybody and being received and appreciated, the fish being caught. It's a good, healthy, beautiful experience. I'm just really tempted to do it again. Monetarily, it's preferable to just make a YouTube video, but I've just been getting the itch to do the physical sell the bait thing. It's a completely different day. I just stopped talking, went about my life, and I'm now here 2 days later. Hello. There's more talking to do. You know what? Comment below. Tool noises or talking? Me talking or tool noises? Let's have it out. Let's have this battle. You know what I'm pretty sure it is? It's people that are opinionated saying one way or the other, and there's a pretty even amount of opinionated people. But then there's a lot of unopinionated people that just prefer talking. A lot of more conscientious, not as ready to disclose their thoughts to random people, kind of people that are just like, yeah, what do you have to say? I want to just hear what you got to say. It's that. It's got to be that. But for the more passionate of you out there that have opinions, go ahead and have it out. You can go into your videos and look at where people drop off the video. You can see a graph and the complete timeline of the video in a line, and it'll go down where people drop off, and it spikes where people skip too. You can see all that. We're just talking about YouTube stuff. It's a big part of my life. Maybe that's why that's all I'm talking about. It's like work talk. People who have similar lines of work, they get to talking and a different language emerges, and you just kind of want to get away. Am I doing that? I'm sorry. Let's get off that. Let's just get off of it. What should I talk about? I don't think I'm even going to try to squeak in a couple more one days this year. I think I'm done. I think I've fully transitioned into winter mode. I want big projects, detailed stuff, things with a lot of other stuff integrated into them. Replicas, gnarly things, made up stuff. I think I'm just pushing that direction with everything in general. I've been enjoying the make something quick thing less and less as I get older, I believe. And it's like, why not just make your best instead of stuff quick? That's the direction my brain's going. I have a theory with baits like these little wooden one-of-a-kinds. You just draw out a shape on a piece of wood, cut it out, carve it out. It's better to not look for consistency with this kind of stuff. You want to find unique actions out of the unique thing you're making. So you build it, think about it a little bit, you know, with your experience you have with weighing baits and stuff, do what you want, and then go see. Might surprise you, might not, but find the best action for what it is. Don't try to make it something. And then remember that, keep building these things, and you have this little arsenal of these tuned in baits that you know the actions of. It's probably the most enjoyable thing about knowing how to make baits like I do, is that. That gives you a gratifying arsenal. Gratifying arsenal, it's the best way to put that. Anywho, I think these are about ready to be tested. Got my fall of '74 bait wraps and all of these wooden crankbaits inside of them. We're gonna start with the little bluegill. Let's see if we can see. Sits very nice and upright. Very appropriately, more of a flat-sided crankbait action. Tighter wobble. Tighter wobbling, shallow running thing. What we're looking for, sweet. I like it when it's something action-wise that I don't have already. Straight to the big, long minnow style, the dace. I'm gonna paint this in some sort of dace. Woo, that dives nicely and stays tight. Wow. I think what I like most is it wobbles really hard to the surface. Otherwise, it's your very standard jerkbait. You know, not a wide smacking thing, just like a jerky wiggle. And when you rip it, the action doesn't blow out any direction. It's just wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. So cool. Standard jerkbait with a violent wiggle to the surface. That's a nice one. We'll save this one, the huge one, for last. How about the perch? This is going to be a perch. That's just a deliciously perfect sized, a very golden perch. Not so interested in the green. Sits upright. Action City. Confirmed immediately. Woo! Action City limits right there. Nice and smooth too. Like sometimes you can feel a crankbait and it has overkick and it's kicking too hard and just completely losing stability because of it, but this is just, it kicks the perfect strength to each side. I didn't think Action City could get dumber, but I just added limits to the end of it and it got dumber. This is a diver too. I bet that feels like it's at like 5 feet. It's down there. It has to work its way up as you retrieve. Yeah, I'd say so far that's the most preferable action. Next is the one I am most interested in seeing. I did a thing to it on the fly. I added more weight up front to counteract all the weight in the head, or all the buoyancy in the head. Get that nose down just a little bit with this strange pike shape. I wanted to see if that helps. So yeah, it's definitely now sitting further nose down. Oh, and it's super, super stable. Okay. That is extreme stability, super tight, fast wobble. Extreme stability. I don't know. Is that too tight? It's hard to show shallow. Of course, the action loosens up when you cast, you know. When it's way out there, it's kicking a lot better. I don't mind it. I'll paint it. Very fast, rippable pike jerkbait. Kind of nifty. I'm not going to say Action City, but kind of nifty. Here we go. The big one. I hope whoever's driving down here doesn't have a boat and I have to get out of the way. Here we go, the big one. It sits upright. Woo! The most action yet. The big one. I need to stop running into that pile of algae right here. That's been so annoying to run into. I think with every bait I have. Oh yeah, hit the dock. This one has a very difficult to improve upon action. Super easy to get going. Super stable. That's nice. Wobbles to the top. Scale reveal. Snuck some red ones in at the top there. Gives it more of a toasty feel, you know? Everything's warmer. I don't know what fish this is, it's just something swimming along. Those look good. Those gills already. I'm gonna put some pearl white on the bottom, but already looking spiffy. Trying out different size irises. So we're gonna lay down some 12mm discs onto the bait itself. That even gives the foil a little bit of texture. So I'm gonna have to put this holographic piece the same way that the pupil is gonna be oriented and centered around the pupil, which is kind of forward. Okay, You can see a distinguishable line from the holographicness to the foil. That's the iris. We're gonna get some paint on the glass with the pupil, probably red. Going for red and gold in this eye. Let's jump to gluing it on. That is a blazing eye right there. Look it in there. Whoa. Some depth, man. The iris is too big, but whatever. It looks pretty groovy. Whew, that's weird because you don't want to back up, it'll make it fade. But keeping it so close and having to control how much is coming out, you really hold your breath. Here we have it. We're gonna test and fish with it until this GoPro battery runs out. Sits upright, just right. I don't need to see any more. Action City fully confirmed. Oh yeah, it's like a wake bait. Oh wow. Yeah, it does not dive much. But she thumps. Wow, that really thumps. I thought giving it the obnoxiously thick head would do that, and I think it did that. Makes it so it doesn't dive very far and it stays on the surface and thumps. Like a foot under is all the dive that you can get out of it. The disturbingly common occurrence of me not catching a fish with the bait I made happened again. Best action of the video though, definitely. Action City Limits season finale. Action City Limits season finale. There should be a show called Action City Limits. It's like a cartoon with lures. It's like a kid's show. The characters are fishing lures. There's the jerk bait, he's the villain. The crankbait's like the main character. There's the cool swim bait character. There's like the grandpas and their old headens, you know. Should exist. Anyway, this video is definitely over. We're talking about that. Chip loves eating wood chips. On to the next bait. I don't need to see any more. Woo! There's a neural connection starting. Okay, Ooh, that's weird. Whoa. Let's have this battle. I have no clue what I've talked about this entire time on this channel. Whoa.